Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Houston Sports Talk back into the video today, and today the Houston Texans open up day one of training camp. This is crazy to say, but it is C.J. Stroud and Will Anderson's third year of training camp as players, and it's D'Amico Ryan's third year of training camp as the Houston Texans head coach. That is crazy to say. This is going to be the first time the Houston Texans have a head coach that makes it to a third season since Bill O'Brien. So congratulations to D'Amico for that. Now, day one opened up. It was calm. It was easy. No fans allowed yet. And they're not they haven't put on pads just yet. But they did do some small drills. And it was just the fact that almost everybody was there. Let's start off with the people that weren't there. Here were the players that were on the physically unable to perform list going on to the start of training camp. Tank Dell, but that is a very obvious thing. Jimmy Ward, J.J. Taylor, Dameon Pierce. So 2 running backs not available in J.J. Taylor and Dameon Pierce. That definitely makes the reps for running backs go up even higher. So that's advantage for Nick Chubb to go up. And linebacker Casey Osai, center Eli Cox, Trent Brown, right tackle, Foley Futukasi, Kurt Heinisch, Derek Barnett, and then Danico Autry, Derek Barnett, if I didn't already mention that. Then non-football injury. Joe Mixon was unavailable. That's another way to get the running back reps up for guys like Nick Chubb, Durango Ballaway, and others. And then also on the non-football injury list was Elijah Huzzy. But yeah, now I want to, we don't know this information that goes on in training camp without the guys that are there, that are media outlets, like guys like Adam Wexler and Landry Locker and, Jonathan Alexander, Will Kunkel, who used to be, a reporter for Fox. So there are about 4 or 5 guys, if not a little bit more, that are there and are able to report to the fans on what's going on. Now, gonna be completely honest, I hope to be, like them one day. Like a reporter that is, has access. That is where I hope to end up in, in what I do. But for right now, I'm here to just talk about what's going on at camp instead of seeing it. But let's get into what happened. I talked about the PUP list and the non-football injury list, but let's go over what happened according to the guys that were able to announce, some of the small things that happened. Like I said, it's nothing big so far. Now, Christian Harris did not participate. That was something that a couple of these guys did note. And now, something that I saw from Jonathan Alexander that I think is really good for the Texans this year is Brevin Jordan was available today and was, running routes today after his torn ACL that he suffered in week 2 against the Chicago Bears. I think this is a great thing. I think Brevin Jordan was really starting to show good things in C.J. Stroud's first season, and then C.J. Stroud only had him for 2 weeks of the season last year. And Nick Caley is going to be a guy who I think is going to want to use and keep his tight ends more involved in this offense with the Texans than maybe Bobby Slowick did. So it's great that the Texans are getting back Brevin Jordan this season. Now, this is according to Landry Locker. Here was the first offensive line in walkthrough. A left tackle, Cam Robinson. Left guard, Laken Tomlinson. Center, Jarrett Patterson. Right guard, Titus Howard. And then right tackle, second-round pick, Ursere. Solid. I wonder, does Trent Brown, solid right tackle veteran, play a role into this? Does his injury maybe change things? If he were to be healthy, does that change anything? Who knows? Now, I saw a video that Adam Wexler posted of C.J. Stroud throwing some small little out route passes to Brevin Jordan and Dalton Schultz. That was the first little videos we saw of C.J. Stroud throwing some passes. And then Landry Locker said that Braxton Berrios, Christian Kirk, and Jalen Noel were the wide receivers returning punts in the first special teams drill. And this is something we saw from Jonathan Alexander, the first passes of the 11-on-11 drill. First play of the 11-on-11 drill, C.J. Stroud threw a pass to Brevin Jordan in the flats for a big gain. Then Stroud's second pass was also complete to Dalton Schultz for a decent gain over the middle. And so, but Davis Mills also connected on his passes as well. His first two passes, he connected with Jalen Noel and Jaden Higgins, the two Iowa State rookie wide receivers, on his first two throws. But Davis Mills arguably had the best throw of the day when he threw a perfectly thrown deep out route pass to Jared Wayne. Like it's not like saying, oh, Davis Mills needs the job over CJ Stroud because he had the best pass of the day, but Davis Mills definitely did have the best pass of the day. Now, if I had to bet throughout training camp, most likely just saying CJ Stroud will probably have the best pass throughout most days. But day one, Davis Mills does get CJ Stroud for that best pass, throwing a perfectly thrown deep out route, deep ball to Jared Wayne. So very solid by Davis Mills there. This is a quiet day of Camp 1, but look, that's going to be most cases throughout training camp day 1. I think we'll see it pick up over the next couple days. Let me know your thoughts on the Houston Texans training camp day 1 in the comment section. And peace out, go Texans.